What's up everyone, Steven here. I wanted to talk to you about food, okay? Not specifically food itself, but I want to talk to you about not worrying about food and reclaiming some willpower, some brain power, and some time in your life. Now, think about how much time you spend or have spent, if you're already in a fat adapted situation. Think about how much time you've spent thinking about food, wondering where you're going to eat, deciding what you're going to have for dinner with your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband, wife, significant other. It can sometimes, at least in my life, in the past, it has added up to a lot of time. I remember specifically being in meetings or doing focused work or playing with my kid, and physically I'm there, but mentally I'm checked out because I'm worrying about food, because I want food. I'm thinking, what am I going to eat? I wish I was hungry. You know, there's a grizzly bear in my stomach. I get the hunger pangs, and then eventually you get hangry, right? Where it's like you need to eat right now or something bad is going to happen. Does that make sense? Now, there's a simple way you can stop worrying about food and stop wasting all this time, all this energy on it. Now, before I even say what the simple technique is, imagine not having to worry about food. Imagine going throughout your day not being bothered by a hungry stomach, not being bothered by a food craving, walking past the smell of something and having it not make you turn into an addict for that carb or for that sugar or whatever it may be, right? It completely can change your relationship with food. Imagine what that could be like for you, because it's happened for me. And what worked for me was being fat adapted. And that's that word, that's that technique that I just mentioned a few seconds ago, is being fat adapted. What being fat adapted is having your body, training your body to run off of fat for fuel. Now that could be stored body fat, which is awesome. That could be fat that you eat, and you can also effortlessly go back to carbs and sugar whenever you want once you're fat adapted. I'll explain that in a little bit, but let me talk about the first two. When you're fat adapted, your body, like I said, either runs off of stored body fat or fat that you eat. And how you can become fat adapted is simply by including fat into your diet more. More grass-fed butter, more coconut oil, MCT oil, or my favorite, brain octane oil, pasture-raised eggs, grass-fed beef, grass-fed meat in general, wild-caught fish, avocados, olive oil. Avocado oil is great too. All those great things. By adding more healthy fats into your diet, not only does it suppress hunger, but it keeps you full longer, keeps you more satisfied, and there's a boundless amount of benefits for it in terms of hormones and different things it does for your body on a cellular level. But I'm not here to regurgitate that info. I'm here to talk about what it's like to be fat adapted and how to not worry about food. So once you introduce more fats into your diet, what's really cool is you will notice that you can go extended periods of time without freaking out about food, which is awesome. I usually have my first meal between no earlier than 2 o'clock. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. Sometimes I just have one meal a day and it's dinner. And that's just because I'm living my life. I'm doing things. I'm with my kids. I'm building a business. I'm in meetings. I'm doing stuff, right? And I think my belief is that food is fuel, right? And it should be tasty, it should be delicious, absolutely, but most importantly, it should be fuel for your body so that you can live a healthy, happy life. And being fat adapted just allows you to do that so much more. There's a couple ways to know that you're fat adapted, or a couple ways that you're able to tell. Being aware of your body and being able to read your body, listen to your body is very key. Number one, the first thing is you'll notice that you can go extended periods without food, without needing a snack, things like that. Number two is you won't get hangry. You don't get mad when you're hungry. You won't snap at a friend because you're hungry. And I'm sure we've all been there. You snap at a friend, they ask you, dude, what's up? Why are you being a dick? And you just say, sorry, I haven't had my food today yet. I haven't had any food today yet. I'm hungry. And they're like, okay, got it. That makes sense. I get you. That's not normal. That's just common, right? There's a difference between normal and common. Another way to tell that you're fat adapted is there's in the background, there's just this clean, smooth, graceful energy throughout the entire day, from morning till night. There's no high peaks. You can, if you get your caffeine and stuff like that. There's no super peaks and there's no super down lows of energy. It's smooth, constant, even keel throughout the day, and that's amazing. Now, if you've been in ketosis, if you are already fat adapted, I want to ask one thing of you. Share with me your experiences by being fat adapted. How long did it take you? For me, it took 2 weeks to become fat adapted. And what's really cool is now that I'm fat adapted, I can go and use carbs and glucose and sugars as a fuel source if I want to. For example, my eating habits, my eating lifestyle, most days of the week I'm in ketosis and eating very minimal carbs, but 2 days a week I eat a bunch of carbs, 100, 150, 200 grams. That's a bunch for me, at least. It's usually on days that I work out or do sprints or something like that. And I can go back into ketosis with the help of brain octane oil and healthy fats within 24 hours because my body already knows how to do it. Does that make sense? I can go back and forth. I can choose what I want. Fat is the preferred source that your body likes. It's the most efficient source of fuel. But if you need to go into carbs or into burning carbs for energy for a bit, you can't effortlessly, which is awesome. So once you get into it, it's a fun, smooth ride. You notice the brain boosting benefits. You notice the focus. You notice the energy. You notice that you can be present and actually focus when you're doing stuff, which is awesome. So, like I said, if you've been fat adapted or are currently, share with me your experiences. I'd love to know your story and what helped you do it. If you're having problems, I'd like to know that too, just so we can bounce ideas back and forth. I'm not a coach or a nutritionist or anything like that. And if you have never done this before, my invitation to you would be add some more healthy fats into your diet. Try it out. If you need any inspiration or ideas for food or how much butter should I put on my broccoli, stuff like that, number one is listen to your body, but number two, if you need some inspiration, what you should do is go to my Instagram. You can see different pictures of my foods, supplements, different things like that. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. You're an amazing person, and if there's anything that you need, like I say at the end of all my videos, let me know. You can always shoot me an Instagram DM, Twitter DM, comment below, or go to my website, isitgrassfed.com. You can connect with me there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon.